Yat A Shikado Shirane, A Annalisa Rockbridge Winshia. Yes, all is good. I'm Annalisa Rockbridge. I'm going to be your asana guide today. So let's start on the mat. Let's start in a neutral tabletop position. So let's come onto the tops of our knees and then extend our hands out onto the mat so that we have a long neutral spine. Push down into the tops of the shins, put down into the tops of the feet. Lower belly moves in and up as you push down into your hands and draw the sternum through the chest. When you're ready, with an inhale, allow the belly to go down towards the mat, tailbone to move up towards the sky, and keep your gaze neutral at the ground for just this moment. Keep pushing down into your hands, externally rotating so that the biceps move forward and the triceps move back. When you're ready, on your exhale, allow the chin to come into the chest, lower belly goes in and up, and the tailbone goes down towards the mat for cat pose. Keep pushing down into the tops of your hands, so keep spreading across the thoracic spine. When you're ready, inhale, draw the sternum through the arms, tailbone goes up towards the sky. Maybe your gaze begins to walk up towards the wall. As you exhale, push down into your hands to spread across the thoracic spine. Lower belly goes in and up as the tailbone goes down towards the mat. Continue to move at your own breath and your own pace, not rushing through anything, but allowing your body to become aware of its breath. One more time on your own. And then when you're ready, allow your hands to walk up ever so slightly at shoulder width distance apart, making sure the pointer fingers are pointing forward. And then tuck the toes behind you. As you inhale, lift the hips, lift the tailbone up into the sky. And then as you exhale, evenly distribute the hands and the weight in between the hands and the feet. Looking back at your feet, making sure the heels are displayed outwards. They don't have to touch the mat. And then pushing down into your hands so that the biceps begin to move forward and the triceps begin to move back. Maybe come up high onto the tippy toes to put a deep bend in the knees as the tailbone moves up into the sky. And then as you exhale, pushing down into the mat, evenly distributing the weight, allowing the heels to come back down towards the mat. Continuing to be here in this Adho Mukha Svanasana. When you're ready, look up at your hands. The right foot steps up to the right hand, and you're going to stay onto your left tippy toes. As you draw that right hip back, draw the hands to the sternum, and inhale, come up into Anjaneyasana, crescent pose. There can be a micro bend in the back knee if you like to, but continue to lift up through the hands. Lower belly moves up. Pick the back of the ribs up off the waist to grow tall. Keep guiding that left hip forward, right hip back. When you're ready, as you exhale, hands come down, framing the right foot. Step the right foot back as quietly as you can, and then come back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Very nice. When you're ready, taking a breath or two, looking up at the hands, left foot steps up to the left hand. Draw that left hip back before you rise up as you inhale Anjaneyasana on the left side. Continue to draw that left hip back, guiding the right hip forward. Lower belly is always moving in and up, growing tall. Front ribs are going in towards the back. Maybe the palms touch and maybe we look up at our thumbs. These are all just offerings. When you're ready, the hands come down towards the mat. How quietly can you step that left foot back? And this time we're at the top of a push-up. We're in plank. Shift forward onto the tippy toes. And then when you're ready, pull the hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Very nice, everybody. We're in down dog. And let's shift forward again one more time onto our tippy toes. And then lower down, put the knees down towards the mat. Lower down all the way onto your bellies. Good job. Push down into the tops of the feet. All 10 toes push down into them. Draw the ankles in towards each other and then push down into your pubic bone. Draw your hands back next to your ribs as you draw the elbows in towards each other. On your next inhale, push away from the floor so the shoulder heads and the forehead come up off of the mat. Bhunjaneyasana. As you exhale, forehead comes back down towards the mat. This time, push down into your hands. So maybe walk them up so they're underneath the shoulders. Push down into your hands, push down into the tops of your feet, and then lift the knees, lift the hips up, draw the sternum through the arms for Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. The gaze can be neutral, forward, or staring up in the sky, whatever is comfortable for you and your neck. And then when you're ready, allow the exhale to bring the hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Very nice, everybody. Taking 2 to 3 breaths here in this down dog, making sure that we're pushing down into the pointer finger and thumb, always protecting the wrists. And then when you're ready, let's walk our hands back to meet our feet. Maybe there's a generous bend in the knees so that the chest rests onto the top of the thighs. Tenting the hands next to the feet. Maybe begin straightening out the legs any amount that is comfortable to you, or until your chest begins to move away from the thighs. Breathing here in this Uttanasana, forward fold. Sink down into the heels, sink the hips into the heels. Let the arms rise up for Utkatasana, chair pose. And then exhale, hands come down, Uttanasana, forward fold. Keep shifting the weight forward as you inhale. Come up halfway for a long spine, Ardha Uttanasana. As you exhale, begin to walk your hands back out into a plank position, so finding that same length. Shift forward onto the tippy toes, and then at the same time, open up the left shoulder and left hip by coming onto the outer edge of your right foot. Vashisthasana. You can stack your left foot on top of your right, push down into your right hand, pushing down into the pointer finger and thumb. With an inhale, draw that left hand past your left ear for Vashisthasana, side plank. Tailbone moves down towards the mat. As you inhale, breathe here. Exhale, left hand comes down towards the mat. You're in plank position. Pause for a beat, take a moment. And then when you're ready, as you exhale, the right shoulder and the right hip open up at the same time. Maybe we stack the toes as the right hand moves up into the sky. On your next inhale, find length. So make sure that we breathe through the sides of the body and the forehead moves away from the midline. Tailbone moves down towards the mat, towards the heels. Breathing here. Next exhale, hands come down towards the mat. How quietly can you move it down through your vinyasa, choosing either upward facing dog or cobra. And then as you exhale, hips come up and back, downward facing dog. Very nice, everybody. Let's walk our feet up to the top of the mat. As you inhale, lift your spine up halfway for Ardha Uttanasana. Pull the shoulder heads away from the ears. Keep shifting the weight into the toes. As you exhale, fold over your thighs, sink the hips down into the heels, and lift the chest up into the sky for Utkatasana, chair pose. Tailbone goes down towards the mat, lower belly moves in and up. As you exhale, straighten out the legs, hands come into the chest, Samastitihi. Very nice, everybody. From here, let's take a nice wide step out to the right. From deep within our right hip socket, let's externally rotate that right thigh, knee, shin, and foot out to the right, 90 degrees. Let's draw this left heel back at a 45-degree angle. So our right foot and our left arch are in alignment. Nice, deep, wide stance with a deep bend in the right knee. Stacking the right knee above the right ankle and continue to guide the right knee towards the little baby toe. As you inhale, spread across the chest and the collarbones. As you exhale, continue to reach back through that left hand, stacking the shoulders above the waist. Inhale, always finding length wherever you are, growing tall through the sides of the waist, lower belly moving in and up. And then when you're ready, as you exhale, the left hand comes onto the left thigh, just floating there as the right hand moves up into the sky. Inhale, breathe into the right side of the ribs, right side of the body as you sink a little bit deeper into that thigh. As you exhale, right hand comes down onto the right thigh. Left hand comes down up into the sky. Inhale, draw the forehead away and the right hip underneath you. And as you exhale, sweep that left hand past your left ear. Inhale, maybe the belly and the chest start to move up towards the sky. As you exhale, lengthen out to the sides of the waist. Inhale, stand up, passing through Virabhadrasana 2. Push into that right foot, parallel the feet so that you come into Padottanasana A. Inhale, look up, chest rises up. As you exhale, fold over your thighs, hands come underneath your shoulders. Keep shifting the weight forward into your toes, maybe displaying the heels out so that you feel a little bit more comfortable. Again, continuing to shift the weight forward into the toes. And then begin allowing to have the crown of the head to come down towards the mat as you begin to walk your hands back. Draw the elbows in towards each other and lift the shoulder heads away from the mat. Keep leaning forward in this pose. We have a tendency to want to shift our weight backwards. You should feel it all within the nice adductor muscles in the thighs. Nice slow inhale here. Nice gentle exhale here. When you're ready, begin to walk your hands forward. Inhale, look up. And then as you exhale, hands come onto the hips, standing straight up. From deep within the left hip socket, let's externally rotate that entire left thigh, knee, shin, and foot. Deep bend goes into that left knee, and then the right heel drops back at a 45-degree angle. On your next inhale, hands flow out to the side, and exhale, reach back with that right hand. Deep bend in that left knee. Keep drawing that left knee towards that left baby pinky toe. Opening up. Smiling here, finding some kind of happiness within your practice. When you're ready, lightly floating your right hand on your right thigh as the left hand moves up into the sky, reversing the warrior. Breathing here, sinking deeper into that left foot. Keep guiding that left knee out towards the baby toe. When you're ready, left forearm comes onto the left thigh, right arm sweeps past the right ear, finding length. Inhale. Draw that left hip under you as you exhale. Get the belly and the chest to move up towards the sky. Inhale is always to find length. Exhale to deepen wherever you can. Just follow the breath wherever you are. When you're ready, both hands come down towards the mat. How quietly can we step this left foot back to meet the right? Inhale, move forward. Move it through your version of a vinyasa or skip it altogether and meet us in down or facing dog. From down dog, let's step our right foot into the middle of the mat. Hop that left foot in so that we're at a nice heel to heel alignment. Float up. Hands come out to a T. Let the hips shift backwards as the right hand reaches forward. Reach so forward with the right hand it lands onto the right shin. As you exhale, allow the left hand to move up into the sky. Inhale, pull the forehead away from the midline, finding length to the sides of the waist. And then as you exhale, allow the belly and the chest to move up towards the sky. If you like, the gaze can come up onto the left hand. Maybe we put a micro bend in that right knee as you push down into the right big toe. One more breath here. Standing up, coming into neutral position at the top of the mat. And then externally rotate that left thigh, knee, shin, and foot. Setting up for Trikonasana triangle on the left side. Hands come out to a T. Pull the hips back as you reach forward with the left hand. Continue to reach until it lands onto the left shin. Right hand floats up into the sky. Push down into that left big toe. Micro bend in that left knee. Breathing here to find length of the size of the body. Maybe it's trembling a little bit. That's okay. And recognizing the difference between the right and the left side. When you're ready, push down into that left big toe, float the hands up, and then take a step up to the top of your mat. Very nice, everybody. As you inhale, float the hands up, sink the hips down into the heels, Utkatasana chair toe pose. Look down at your feet, make sure you can see your toes. If not, sink a little bit lower. Draw the tailbone down towards the mat, and the lower belly goes in and up. Put this bend in the knees. As you exhale, fold over your thighs, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway for a long spine, Ardha Uttanasana. As you exhale, right foot steps back, left foot steps back. You're at a top of a push-up. Choose to move it through your version of a vinyasa or skip it altogether and meet us in down dog. Once you've arrived in down dog, step the right foot up to the right thumb. Seal the back of the mat at a 45-degree angle with your left foot, and then maybe choose to walk the right foot one heel and one toe over. As you inhale, float up into our first Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. Maybe the palms touch, maybe you look up at your thumbs. As you exhale, ride that same breath all the way down through Chaturanga. Inhale for your version of a back bend. And then exhale, hips come up and back. Let's not skip a beat. Left foot steps up to the left hand. Seal the back of the mat at a 45-degree angle. Inhale, float up for your version of Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale all the way down through Chaturanga. Inhale for your back bend. Exhale, hips come up and back, downward facing dog. Taking 2 to 3 breaths here in down dog, just recognizing the heat. Honoring your thoughts. Bringing it back to the breath. When you're ready, the right foot steps up and then the left. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. As you exhale, fold over the thighs, sink down into the hips, lift the hands up, Utkatasana, chair pose. As you exhale, stand all the way up, hands come into the center, Samasthiti. Very nice, you guys. Let's make our way down onto the mat and then sit down onto our backs. Ooh, I have eaten a lot of ice cream and candy. So allow the feet to start walking back underneath the ankles. Allow the knees and the ankles to stack above each other. Let the feet be at hip distance apart. Push down into the big toe and pinky toe. Allow the hands to rest gently next to the waist, palms facing down. Setting up for Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. As you inhale, find the length, the size of the waist. As you exhale, anchor down into the hands and feet. Lift the hips, lift the spine up. Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. If you like, go ahead and interlace your hands underneath you and then draw the right and the left shoulder in. If you can, without moving your feet in space, actively try to drag your feet back to meet your shoulders. Lift the hips a little bit higher, spread across the chest and the collarbones if you can. Keep pushing down into your hands, lifting up to the hips, spreading across the chest and the collarbones. You're almost there. When you're ready, start rolling down, articulating your spine one vertebrae at a time. If you like, go ahead and rest down onto your wrist, giving yourself a little wrist massage, swaying your knees side to side. Allowing the hands to come out from underneath you on their next inhale. Draw the right ankle over the left knee. As you exhale, maybe gently pushing onto the tops of your thighs, feeling the sensations throughout the sides of your waist and your knees. Flexing that right foot, and then choosing maybe to inhale, find length, keep the head, shoulders, and spine on the mat. As you exhale, draw that left knee in towards your chest, maybe interlacing behind the left knee. Inhale, push against the right knee, find length. Exhale, drawing in towards the chest. Both feet come down towards the mat. As you inhale, draw the left ankle across your right knee. Again, this is a beautiful place to be. On your next inhale, choose to leave the head, spine, and shoulders on the mat as you draw the right knee into your chest. Keep flexing through that left foot, allowing the chin and the neck to be neutral. So this chin shouldn't be jetting up in the sky. Allowing the left ankle and the right shoulder to come in line with each other. When you're ready, on your next exhale, let go of the right foot. Let the left foot come down to meet the earth. Inhale, draw both knees in towards your chest. Hands come out to a T. As you exhale, allow the knees to gently guide over towards the right. Inhale, find length of the sides of the waist. Breathe into the left ribs. And as you exhale, maybe the gaze turns over towards the left hand as the right hand gently rests onto the thighs. Just noticing how the heart rate has lowered. The breaths have become easier. When you're ready, both knees come back into the sky. Maybe allow the left foot to come down and tuck the left hip underneath you as you guide both legs over towards the left. Inhale to find that same length we've been making. Exhale, left hand comes onto the right knee as your gaze turns over towards the right hand. And breathe. Inhale, both knees come back up into the center, giving yourself one last squeeze in Apanasana. And then as you exhale, letting the legs extend out straight out in front of you. Let the right leg extend out to the right and get heavy. And then let the left leg extend out to the left and get heavy. If you like, let the hands rest onto the floor, palms facing up. And together, let's begin to settle into our final pose of the day, Shavasana. Taking a nice, smooth, deep breath in the nose. Maybe noticing how the chest rises up. And as you exhale, noticing how the chest lowers down naturally. And without even thinking about it, how the inhales start to begin to rise the chest back up. And how smooth the exhales have become. Letting yourself rest for these last couple of moments in Shavasana. The mind's going to begin to naturally wander, and that's okay. Hold and cradle your thoughts with compassion and care, but bring the awareness back to the breath. How when you inhale, the belly naturally rises up towards the sky. And how you exhale, the belly moves in towards the spine. Every natural breath, begin to surrender towards Mother Earth. The belly moves up with every inhale. The belly moves down towards the spine, gets smaller and smaller with every exhale. The mind begins to wander to a memory, a plan, noise in the room, sensation in your leg. Honor the thoughts, but recognize it's moved away from your breath. Smooth, gentle inhales in through the nose, letting the belly rise up into the sky. Smooth, gentle exhales as the belly moves down towards the spine. When you're ready, begin to gently circle your wrists and your ankles, inviting some awareness into the body. Rolling over to your favorite side. Just resting here for a moment longer. Pushing down into Mother Earth and rising up into the sky. Knowing that the hardest part is always showing up and that we've already done that. Continuing to show up to make the grooves deeper every single day. The highest light in me sees and honors the highest light in all of you.